Okay guys, let's weigh myself for the first time in weeks. I am now 12 weeks pregnant, almost 13. I'll be 13 weeks pregnant in 2 days. This is what we're looking like. But I have not weighed myself in weeks, and let me tell you, your girl has been hungry. With my first, I got super hungry in the second trimester for like 2 weeks. This baby, I have been starving since 6 weeks pregnant all the way up until 12 weeks. This week, I finally feel like the hunger is more tame, and I've been eating my normal amount this week. So it's finally taming down, but for a solid 6 weeks in a row, I was starving. And I'm talking actually like hungry starving, not like mentally craving so many. I obviously did have cravings, but it wasn't like mentally starving craving. No, like physically my stomach was hungry every hour and a half to 2 hours. I needed to eat. And it's like I would eat a meal and it just wasn't enough. Just complete ravaging hunger, okay? So I'm a little scared. Now, I did have an OB appointment like 3.5 weeks ago, and I know I gained 10 pounds. And that was like 3 weeks ago that I weighed myself. I'm pretty sure I gained like almost another 5 to 10, which is embarrassing. But I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. This pregnancy has just been different weight-wise. With Kylo, I only gained like 4 pounds by the time I was 12 weeks pregnant. I know for a fact I've gained at least 10 3 weeks ago. Okay, let's chit chat about how I feel about pregnancy weight gain. Now I knew it. I was like, I feel like I'm in the 150s. Like I'm so intuitive with my body, and I just know how much I weigh without actually even weighing myself. And I knew it was gonna be 150. I knew I wasn't still going to be in the 140s, although I had hoped and wished and dreamed that I was going to be. But I will say I'm gonna deduct 2 pounds because I already eaten breakfast, drank a ton of water, I have clothes on, and that is usually what is quite accurate. For example, when I went to my OB, I weighed at like 148 3 weeks ago. So as you can see, the weight gain slowed down a ton because about 3.5 weeks ago, I weighed 148 at my OB's office. But then the next day I was like, let me weigh myself at home first thing in the morning, naked, without eating, and I was 146. So 2 pounds difference. So let's remove, like it said 152, let's take out the 2 pounds. Let's say 150. I was 136 to 138, but I know that I was about 136 like a few days before ovulation. So 150 minus 136, your girl has gained 14 pounds, and I'm only 12 weeks pregnant. But about 80 to 90% of those 14 pounds were gained between weeks 6 to 10, and it has slowed down tremendously this week. Like tremendously in the past week and a half. I have been feeling a lot better hunger-wise. Like I don't feel, even though I am still quite hungry, but it's like a little bit more manageable. Even though I'm hungry, I'm kind of able to like manage it a bit more because it's not as like ravaging. Whereas before it was like literally like a hungry lion in the jungle who needed to eat immediately every 2 hours or I felt like I would die. So it was just extreme, you know? Whereas it's just not as extreme anymore, and I feel like I can be a little bit more like watching myself, and I've definitely been able to watch my portion control a lot more now. So I'm feeling better now, and honestly, I'm just being easy with myself about it. Before we get into chatting about how much weight I gained, I have to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, which is Hume Health Body Pod. Listen, I have been using this for what, almost a year now. This right here is way more than a scale. This is a body analyzer, and it has taken me through my weight loss journey, and then it will take me through my postpartum weight loss journey. So this is my bestie right here. If you do not know what this is, it is so much more than just a scale. Okay, this measures your muscle mass, your body fat percentage, your weight. Now listen, I've used other scales that measure those things, but the accuracy was just never there. With Hume Health Body Pod, I know that I'm getting 98% accuracy to medical grade scans. Okay, so I know that I can trust the information I'm getting is actually accurate. For your girlies that are on a weight loss journey, there was points in my weight loss journey where I had only lost like 1 pound in a whole month and I was feeling down about myself. But then when I actually reviewed my results, I would see that I lost 1.5% body fat. I would see that I actually gained muscle. So it would show me more pieces of the puzzle beyond just weight. It has this amazing handlebar that you pull up and hold onto, and it has 8 frequency sensors to deliver you precise information. I love the fact that this is affordable, convenient, in my home. It connects right to my phone so that I can track everything. And the best part, it is HSA/FSA eligible, which means that you can get it for free from your insurance. So if you want a nice little discount, you can use my code Amy Macedo to get up to 50% off off the Hume Health site. So I'm gonna leave my link down below for you guys. So here is my whole thought process. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had moments throughout my pregnancy so far where I was feeling down about myself, feeling just kind of insecure and just sort of upset by the weight gain. But then I kind of had this realization. So here's where it hit me. I was scrolling through my phone the other day and I came across a video of myself, my body, from March. And girl, like I looked skinny, okay? Like your girl looked good. And I was like, I didn't even appreciate it at that time. I remember at that time feeling like I wasn't even at my best self. But I look back and I'm like, girl, you look good, okay? And I saw that video of myself and I was like feeling kind of down because I'm like, oh, like I'm like so fluffy now. Like I'm just not even like skinny like that anymore. And I remember I was complaining to my husband about it and he said something to me and it cured everything in my brain. So I just want to share it to you. He said, you can't be pregnant and skinny. And I was like, you know what? You're right. You are right. You cannot be both. You cannot be both. That's not saying that like automatically when you're pregnant, you're like large, but like let's be real. When you're pregnant, you're not going to be like your smallest self. You're just not. You're quite literally pregnant. It's just not your season in life right now to be that. So I don't know why hearing that just triggered in my brain. I was like, you're right. You can't be pregnant and skinny. You just can't. You cannot be both. Okay, so pick one. Do you want to be skinny or do you want to be pregnant? I want to be pregnant. Like I love being pregnant. I'm so happy right now to be pregnant and I'm so happy to have my baby. So let me just live in that. Live in the fact that you are pregnant right now. You're having your baby. That is your era and that is your season right now. It's not your season to be like super fit, the tiniest version of yourself. It's just not. So I think that just like flicked a switch in my brain and I'm like praying and hoping by uploading this video that I'm also going to flick a switch in your brain by saying those words to you. It's just not your era right now, girl. It's not our eras. For the girlies out there that are pregnant and that are due within the next couple months or whenever, it's not our era to be skinny right now. It's our era to be mamas. And that is the best era of them all, okay? Now I do just want to also say, like with that being said, I think it's so important in pregnancy to try to like strive to be the healthiest that you can, but also at the same time, just be balanced. I've always had this balanced approach to weight and food, and I continue that into pregnancy. So what that means is like, I'm not a huge fan of the like you're eating for two mindset. I'm not crazy about it. You truthfully don't need to increase your calories much at all. Actually, none at all in the first trimester. And then you need to only increase it a teeny amount in the second trimester. And then in the third trimester, only like 200 calories, 300 calories. Like it's really not a lot. You're really not actually eating for two. However, with that being said, as you guys heard before, like pregnancy comes with so many symptoms, okay? Like I had that extreme hunger where you actually feel hunger pains and you need to eat. So even though you don't need to increase your calories, you have to listen to your body and like you're trying your best to manage your symptoms to survive. Like pregnancy is like survival games, okay? So keep that in mind. But if you're not feeling like starving hunger, like you're not eating for two. So I'm not a huge fan of like just overeating during pregnancy just to like stuff your face. Like I don't think that's good at all. I think you're gonna have a harder time during birth. You're gonna have a harder time postpartum. You're gonna have a harder time losing weight after. You're gonna have a harder pregnancy. It's just gonna be harder on yourself. So I don't ever wanna promote that mindset of like just stuffing your face and overeating and eating for two just to do it. Definitely not a fan of that. And I don't subscribe to that. But with that being said, I think you should listen to your body, listen to your symptoms, and just try to survive and also keep a good balance. So now that I'm actually feeling better and I'm not as like ravaging hungry, I have been able to sort of eat my normal amount of calories, which is about 1,800 to 2,000 maintenance. And I've been able to now work out a bit more, whereas I barely worked out in my first trimester. And so it's really just about balance. And we also know pregnancy comes with so many cravings. Like you'll just crave the randomest food and you need it now. And that food might be 1,000, it might be 200 calories. Like for example, one of my biggest cravings this pregnancy has been olives. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, because that is like the healthiest craving I can have out of all the cravings. But then all my other cravings, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle burrito bowls, which them Chipotle burrito bowls, at least the way that I wanted it, they're a solid 1,000 calories. So it's like, we all know that sometimes the cravings you have are very calorie dense. So you just do your best to manage it. Like have your craving one day, and if you know that that was very calorie dense and it was kind of a lot, then the next day you sort of chill out a little bit for the next few days. And then maybe you kind of indulge a little bit in your craving after that. So it's just about keeping a balance balance for me personally, and I'm feeling a lot better. My sort of plan going forward is maybe like twice in a week, I'll sort of indulge in the cravings that I do have. But the other days I do need to really just be mindful just so that I don't gain an extreme amount of weight. I also want to preface by saying this. In my brain, when I saw that I had gained 10 pounds by 9.5 weeks pregnant, I was like, oh no. Let's do the math on that. Like, I'm like calculating how much left of my pregnancy I have, and I'm like, wait, that means I'm gonna gain like 60 pounds this pregnancy. And then I stopped for a second, I'm like, no, actually no. Because then I looked at my pregnancy with Kylo, and I realized there was this pocket of time where I gained a lot of weight, and then it sort of stopped and evened out. So I just want you to not feel bad about yourself. Like, as you guys can see, I've gained about 15 pounds, and I am just almost barely now exiting my first trimester. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to gain 15 pounds every trimester. And that doesn't mean that I'm now going to gain like 50 plus pounds. That doesn't mean that. That just means that I had a rough first trimester with ravaging hunger, and that's where most of my weight gain went. It's more than likely now that as I enter my second trimester, it's already, the proof is kind of already in the pudding that I've already been feeling better hunger wise. And the weight gain has slowed down significantly. Like, I gained 10 pounds in 4 weeks, and then now I've only gained 3 pounds in the last 3 weeks. So it's slowed down tremendously. When it comes to weight gain in pregnancy, it's not something where you're like just going up, up, up. It's quite like it comes in waves, and it depends on your symptoms. It depends on what's happening with the baby right now. I also just built a placenta. Clock that. Which I think the placenta itself weighs 2.5 pounds. So there's that. And it's just like, there's so much happening. Give yourself grace, ladies. Try your best to be balanced. Listen to your body, but also listen to your mind. Because if I listened to my body, I'd be like ravaging every single day. So just keep a balance and just try your best to survive. If your current symptoms are tough right now, just survive. Just try your best to survive. Know that it's temporary and you'll feel a little bit better soon. I wish I could look back at first trimester Amy and just tell her, you'll be fine. The ravaging hunger will stop and you'll stop gaining weight. You'll be fine. So with Kylo, I gained 39 pounds. So I'm hoping to kind of stay, I wanted to stay lower than that in this pregnancy. We'll see if that happens. But I just would like to at least not gain in more than that. Like, I want to stay within like 30 to 40 pounds at the most. I mean, ideally it would be 25, but I feel like that's not gonna happen. But yeah, so we shall see, y'all. So I really hope this video just kind of helped you guys, because I was like, I need to just, that saying you can't be pregnant and skinny, it literally triggered something in my brain, and I've been feeling amazing ever since. Like, I've just been feeling way better mentally ever since. So I'm like, I need to like say it to them and share it with them. So I want you girls to share down below what your weight gain has been so far, whether it's been a lot or whether it's been a little. That's okay. Share your personal journey, because there's someone out there that's going to read those comments and relate to it, whether you've gained 15 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 60 pounds, or only 5 pounds. Share your journey, because there's other people that are gonna be able to relate to it. And I know that that has always made me feel a lot better, like when there's someone else that's like comparable that I can sort of relate to. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.